Yo, check me out. I'm elderb. saturDayZ. I'm late. Late for streaming. It's the benefits of not having people lining up and waiting for you. Doesn't matter if you're a little late. 11 minutes late than planned, but it's okay. As my character coughs and it's hot all at once in the background. I was calling my mama. Good reminder, if you haven't in a while, call your mom. She'll appreciate your call. Hopefully. Tonight, saturDayZ, we're going to do one more time. I say one more time. This is probably like the second, maybe third time that I've said one more time. That we'll play a fresh start on a official vanilla server. I'm gonna click my guy. Oh yeah, this was was showing a chap how to play, and in the midst of doing so, ended up flashing food, water, and health. So it's a great spot to start. But yeah, I intend to keep doing that. Some guys will reach out, not to me, but on Reddit, of all places, and be like, "Hey, I'm like, I'm new to the game. Can anyone show me a start?" And it's eye-opening to remember where we came from, if you will. Like how long it's been, what things you don't even know that we didn't know when we started playing. And for me, it's not that long ago, so it's a good fun. Anyway, I'll stop yakking. We'll get into a fresh start. Same thing I've been doing with these. I'm going to do a fresh start with I Survive and talk through kind of like the how I do stuff, and who knows, potentially somebody will get something out of it who's just starting out fresh. So without any further yakking, at least in this flavor, it's time for some dayz. The tea of the evening is, I think it's toasted almond coconut bark. It's black tea with some flavor, but it's still tasty. Time for some dayz. Alright, let's kick you over here so you see us spawning in. Got my iPad set up already for I Survive. Take a look. I have been enjoying recently playing without I Survive, but it's more when I'm like fresh used to the map that I'm on, which is not always the case, right? Like I like Cherno as a map in general, but I don't play it often enough to just like spawn in. My buddies that I play with have already told me, "Oh, I'm at the apple orchard that's next to this town. I'll see you this way." And I'm decent enough. I don't want to say good, decent enough at figuring it out after a bit and being able to recognize, landmarks and elevation and things like that well enough to get where I want to go. But definitely not the instant recognition that some folks do. And that's not anything I care to achieve either. I mean, some hints out there have been a little odd on how to get that. Because, okay, with the cranes, we're either Electro or Cherno, right? Just west of. Got some shots there. And based on the curvature, I'm going to guess Electro. But we'll find out. We will find out. I'm doing what I said I wouldn't do on these, and playing, yeah, there was a little one there, playing on a server that's not quite regional, but it has more people on it than the ones that are. So I'm going more for pop than stability, so hopefully one doesn't outweigh the other in such a degree that, we'll be stuttering and stuff like that. I've noticed several playthroughs now on official that official just is much more unstable, even if I'm doing a server that's allegedly not that far from me. So I don't know what that's all about. The world may never know. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of prioritize seeing how picked clean the area is. Because a lot of new videos and stuff will say, don't bother, run inland. And it's not, yeah, this is Electro. It's not that that's bad, that's good advice. But I find it that if you can get surprised on how much stuff you'll find, and I'm of the mindset that it's because people think that. Because people just go, you know, inland immediately. So I guess it's circumstantial. Like, I'll check a couple places, and you know, this is the kind of the industrial down by the docks there. Not going to say no to a Mark II mag. So it's not like I'm going to strike a jackpot and get something like super awesome here. But it will give me a little bit of a sense of, have people heeded that advice or not and been taking stuff. So since we know where we're at, I will go. I don't even want to go check the shots in town there. I was going to say I'll go check at least the guard shack before we head out, but I think what I'll do is just kind of head this way, get the houses up there, hit the well, and then head out of town. So it's a little bit of a hybrid, even though I'm literally just discussing that. I'm going to take that just so we have some type of slashy device. I like how I overwrite myself. Can't imagine whatever they're shooting at is going to yield many fruits, if you will. Yeah, we got the space. We'll take it for now. I'd rather fight with that than the baseball bat, but unnecessary weight at this point. Yeah, so like, you know, is a sporter great? Of course no. Like, no, not even close to great. Is it better than the gun that I had before I picked that up? I'm gonna go for insulation and slightly better camouflage. And chambering a sporter with literally one round is obviously nothing to get excited about. I'll go take out Farmer here. Just want to double check. Let the door push me. But I'd rather have a sporter than nothing. It does draw a little more attention. Good swing, good swing. You know, people just see a gun on your back and, oh, that guy's got a gun. Potentially not. I don't like to be presumptuous either. What's this guy got? There's two of them. No guns showing, but let's just go ahead and go the way they came. Avoid that situation potentially. Now, I usually wouldn't say that. I'd usually say, you know, talk to folks. There we go. Now we can chamber some rounds. Kind of makes me want to take some pop shot while they're running at me now, so we're going to run away and see what they do. And if they're giving chase, which they're not, I don't even know if they saw me. We'll just push a little farther past, though. You know, I'm not against talking to people, especially in the spawn area. I recommend it. But just in case. 2 is always a little... makes me a little more weary. You could be having one talking to you while the other one's positioning on you and such. But I don't like the paranoia that happens. Like the longer that people play. You know, the really experienced guys I play with will be like, never go here and don't ever do this. And last time I was here, I died. And you know, those stories are obviously very funny because it'll be like, here's how I died. And I'm not referencing my dudes, but I have heard people do that where they're like, they legitimately won't go to some places because they died there once, you know, forever ago or whatever. Like, it's okay. You can go somewhere and die. You can talk to someone and they can kill you and take all your stuff. And it's really not a big deal. Or at least hopefully it's not. Man, somebody is in need of leaving town here. So this is almost certainly not going to have stuff in the house here. This is also very risky, but we can get food elsewhere. The water is slightly harder to come by. So we'll hit the well. We'll just go up the hill here. Pusta is not too far away. The thing I think I like most about not using iSurvive is like accidentally finding the hunting stands and feed stands. It's a lot cooler of a surprise, if you will, than going, you know, I'm looking at it and I know if I just follow these power lines after we get up the hill here, I'm going to run into one. So it's kind of like, yeah, I know. I meant to come here. But it's certainly how I even just learned kind of how to feel out where hunting stands might be. But even doing runs on Cherno without them, without using iSurvive, it's a cool way to find out. I do like having a compass and a map rather than using iSurvive, but it's not going to be much of a fresh start video with potentially some maybe helpful hints and tips and such if I'm getting lost because I don't know Chernarus that well. That's also very telling though. Alright, stomach's full. This is probably pretty useless, quite futile. I probably should pick up some clothes too to bring with to cut into some rags later, but I almost kind of want food to be an issue to potentially show, you know, show that bit of it. Yeah, this is by the well, so this is absolutely houses that people would search through. Okay, unknown food. Bysaw. We have the sickle for now, which sucks because it is super damaged. And unknown food is obviously, I wish we could take that as well. Can we make room for that? Yeah, probably. But since we didn't get a bag or any of the other goods, and I'm not going to hang around town with the shooties and the duo trying to, like, you know, get their start going. That looked like a sharpening stone to me. So we'll move on. We'll crack this can open and get some nibbling on as soon as we're a little further away. Like I said, I think that duo either didn't see me or was not concerned with me, so they, okay. That's not much tape, but sure. What? Okay. With shots? Somebody's coming back for that, I can only imagine. You just never know. Alright, so coming up from there, power lines are going to come uphill and uphill, and they should. There we go. Fork together. Need to get that sorted. Let's get in the tree here and crack this unknown food can. Yeah, there's the hunting stand there. I think I said get in this tree here, as if I had, like, you know, like the tree. Like there was one point picked out. Okay, not that we have the best food in the world, but with that ridiculous find of a blaze. Where'd that hunting stand go? There it is. We'll eat unknown food until we get the 6 symbol. Had somebody that was talking about it, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, that was like, you can pretty much eat that like half or in like 2 goes. Not that I'm doubting the guy, but man, that seems risky to me. Yeah, we'll keep what we got. Let's get out of here. What was that? I keep seeing things in the textures. It's gonna get me killed hanging out looking at stuff. I'm certainly not doubting the fella. He obviously has experimented. I love the posts on Reddit when the dudes are like, I've done the experiments. Here's, you know, like they're presenting their thesis. They have data like ready to go. Here's how long it takes. I think, honestly, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but... Is that a rabbit? Yeah, it is. I've got the sporter. I kind of want to take the rabbit, but it's really not that much food either. I think I was hearing the bird. Yeah, it's the rare rabbit bird. Anyway, for these guys that are like super into the analytics and like, you know, doing the tests and stuff like that, I think I've passed that, so there we go. There's the hunting stand. See, this is what I mean. It's like the unpredictability of what you're looking for is not as fun if you're surviving. But again, for new folks, even for me, just because I you know, I don't know the map, so it is definitely worth it. Okay. Can we? That's not going to be enough to fix anything. I think that's all I need. Yeah, just in case. I would rather have the crossbow than a sporter. But I think videos like Wobo, and I'm not a huge fan of his videos. You know, like it's literally the analytics of like the game and how the, you know, hitboxes on animals work and stuff like that, which is great information. It's just not, for me anyway, it's just not great. Like I don't watch every Wobo video. If it's like an interesting topic for it, I'll watch it. But I think videos like his kind of inspire folks to get more into the how does this work in DayZ, which is cool. I think that's a cool thing to see. I was hesitant on this toasted coconut almond bark tea because obviously, you know, you just have like a little bit of coconut flavoring in it, but it's good as long as you drink it while it's still hot. If it gets too chilly, it's not quite worth it. About here-ish is kind of when I always start talking about how I would react if I saw another player. Because you're still like spawn area-ish. Here's the power lines, we can follow those to the left and then we'll come across a feed stand. You're still like in the spawn area, if you will. You know, I'm still pretty much between Electro and Cherno. There's the feed stand. Oh, I do want to take him. I know. I'm scared too. Where did you go? He kind of made the sound as if I scared him. Unless that's him that ran away. And I was totally oblivious to it. This is how you die. Oh, he's right in front of me. Okay. I think he was rolling around and doing his little fox playtime thing. I mean, I didn't even know he was right in front of me, so let's not act like I knew what was going on there, but that was funny. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. We obviously could pick this up, bring it to a bush, make it a little less, you know, waving at the folks that are potentially around, but... yeah, and I forgot about that little bit too. Let's drop the bolts. That way we can put that away. I might regret that, but we'll see. I never made it to the feed stand. So after we made a bunch of shooty noises, it's just the pylons cut down. Let's run through the open field. I'm literally about to click eat with my bloody hands as I'm like, let's not forget that we have bloody hands. Okay. I was gonna say, if the water had any in it, we could use that. That is not the case, however. So we have garbage clothes. We'll go ahead and use the heat pack. That'll free up some space too until we find the next bit of goods. So, I'll just keep heading north here. Pusta has some of the animal troughs. We can wash our hands off in that, I believe. Not 100% on that, but we sure should be able to. Another advocacy for acquiring some rags before we leave the area there. It's too late, because we did not. Anyway, as I was saying before, my fox blunders derailed my train of thought. here's the time when I talk about, you know, how I would interact with other players. And I'm already a little standoffish from the duo and the shots that essentially are behind us, if you think of in terms of inland. So I'm already of the mindset where, like, if we're going to be friends, it's probably going to be a little bit further away from potential chaos that was going on in town. So I'm probably going to shoot anybody that I see right now. It'd be nicer to do so and have that thought in mind. We had a battery in that, right? Yeah. If I had 308 rounds other than these two. Speaking of which, get that ranged up to 100 there. But beggars and choosers and all that. I'm certainly not experienced enough at this game yet to, you know, gun in hand is the difference between life or death for me. Like, I might have a gun in hand and get the drop on somebody and still not win the fight. But there's also something to be said about not having a gun in your hand and people recognizing that and maybe not shooting you from a distance. Now, all that being said, this is what I was talking about earlier about not expecting how others are going to act. Because if you are going to do, like, change your behavior based on what you think other people will think about that, like, you know, that's like this weird, like, you're strategizing on stuff that you literally have no control over. So, oh, hopefully this has water in it. It does not, and it's heavier than my plastic bottle, so we're not going to make space for it. So just play how you're going to play is my recommendation. Me saying that's what I do doesn't necessarily mean that's a better thing. You know, if you're going for pro level, don't do what I do. Crap. This is what always happens. You think about taking a gas can and then you don't, and then you have the thing that you want for it later. That's okay. Okay, so we're on the south end of Pustaven. My immediate goal here, I obviously want to take a look in the houses, but immediately my thoughts are I need to get over to the water troughs and see if you actually can wash your hands off in them. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Pretty sure you can get water out of it. It's just garbage water, but I also might be mistaken on that. This is also kind of the first town, or one of the first towns, I should say, kind of out of the spawn area, you know, immediately after. So the folks that are heeding the advice to just leave the coast right away, this would be where they are hanging out. So the BK-18 finders, or, you know, an IJ that you're loading. Zombies are a good sign. This is potentially what they'd be looting before they head in, so that has to be kept in mind. This potato needs to be acquired. Let's bring our friend in here first. That sickle's in the wall. So we'll switch for that, number one, but also... Oop, stuck on the roof. That's obviously a drop. So there's a good chance somebody's around. Where did old grandma go? I think she was on the other side of the road. Bloody hands. Handling the potato. And such poor inventory management that I have nowhere to put the potato. Okay. Okay. But here's also telltale, right? Like, yeah, obviously somebody's been in. What all do we even have here? SSG mag, we'll take that for sure. Man, I wish we had a bag. We really need to acquire one. Yeah, because they were, oh my goodness, they're still here somewhere. We need to be careful about this. Because I was going to say, the dog food on, might have logged? That seems strange. The door open, your stuff is, like, you're not leaving your frying pan here. But I also feel like they might be new, maybe? This is slightly confusing to me. Because this right here, you know, dog food is like a pretty stellar food in the game. Plus, I never turn down a frying pan. So you've left your frying pan. Oh, there's Grandma. There's zombies in the area. So, potentially not somebody immediately here. I kind of blab at you through my logic there as well. As soon as I feel a touch safer. Well, I can just tell you anyway. It'd be better if I can show you when there's one that has it. But rather than tab loot, I don't like to tab loot. This is personal preference. Let me figure out why I'm yakking where this these water troughs are. Should be right by this grove here. I'm being very cavalier about walking down the street where I'm thinking people are around. I'm gonna click up gamma for you guys. It doesn't affect mine at all, but as it gets darker, there's no reason for you to watch me struggle in the same darkness that I'm looking at. Man, that runner got me. It got me good. But, yeah, there's another one there. Does she have a bag? They have bags a lot of times. She does. Okay. Everybody's invited, I guess. Like I was yakking about. Oh, there's fires everywhere. What's going on around here? Okay, we're definitely going to grab her bag here. Potentially die in the process. Yeah, there's a can of food here. That's a weird spot for it, too. It's like somebody thought they needed to defrost it. Okay, there's a perfect example. That's what I'm talking about. The plus sign. Runner. I almost wasted a blaze shot on you. It's like running right through. The plus sign will show you if they have something in their inventory. So you don't need to tab loot every zombie you see. But if they have a piece of clothing on, you might as well tab loot them. Because that clothing is going to give the plus sign. Yeah, sometimes that's a thing. And sometimes it is not. I don't think the sickle ever is actually. Definitely going to take your unknown food. Okay, the bag is pretty big. We still hunting sir. Where are we in relation? Crap, I don't want to wash my hands at the water. And I really should be walking around here with the gun out. But yeah, there's some weird signs going on. Like, she's definitely going to show a plus sign when you kill her because she's got a hat on. So when you kill her and you see a plus sign, you kind of have to loot her, tab loot, because otherwise you won't be able to see if she even had anything or not. It's a very long-winded explanation of what to look for. It's also dumb that I'm keeping doors open. That's not a smart move. Again, expecting there's people around. Because if you heard zombie fighting, that's like prime time to go try and get your smack down. Hey, what's up, man?
Cool. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Are you the only one around? Good.
That I know of.
Okay. Have you been starting fires in houses and stuff, or at least getting ready to?
No.
Okay.
I have not.
Okay. Somebody is around.
There's a ton of armbands in the house over there.
All right, that
There's
makes
like
sense.
4 green and 2 more Bohemias.
Okay. Yeah. There's a bunch of houses that have like fires half started in them with some stuff around it. It's very strange.
It is very strange. I don't even. How do you make the Bohemia armbands?
I think you have to find the flag. I'm not 100%. Are you hungry? You need food?
I am hungry. You could spare.
I can. It's unknown, but I will drop it here for you.
Just gotta eat little bites, right?
Yeah. So you can apparently eat quite a bit, but what I do is eat until you see the 6 symbol and then stop. Like you can eat a little more than that. But when you get the 6 symbol, stop and then wait till it goes away again before you keep eating.
Okay. Beautiful. You have food too, or no?
Yeah. I'm good for now anyway, brother. I appreciate you. But yeah, I will leave. Oh, there might be. Is there an alarm clock? Yeah. I will leave in one of the houses here. There's some chicken sticks too, so I don't know if you want to get a fire going at this time, but oh yeah, here's the Bohemia bands right here too.
Where are you leaving to? Do you have friends? Can I follow along?
Yeah. I'm meeting up some folks up north, but what's your name, man? So in case we run into each other.
My name's John.
Nice to meet you, John.
You?
I'm Phil.
Nice to meet you, Phil.
Yeah, you
Do
too,
mind
brother.
if I chase you?
Yeah, no worries. I need to go find... First, I need to get out of here so we don't get shot by somebody. But I need to find where these troughs are so I can wash my hands off real quick.
There's a well right here.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it at the well just with all the stuff around.
For sure.
But
There's a trough over here.
my man.
I don't know if there's a closer one, but I know there's one over here.
Yeah, this'll do. So John is a perfect example, right? John had no gun out. John still might have a pistol to kill us and take all our goods.
Either at this one or the one on the left, but I think it's this one.
Okay.
It's the one on the left.
Oh, yeah, right behind it here. I see it.
And there's sheep. There's 2 sheep over there in the field.
Do you have anything to dispatch said sheep with?
No, but I have a knife.
Okay.
I do have a CZ on me that one of the people that were around here used. Is on this side.
Okay, come on in here.
Just drop it on the floor.
Come on in here. Take the sporter and some single shots. Okay, good. I can.
I don't actually play vanilla. Is it okay to use damaged ammunition? It's just the magazine.
Yeah, just the magazine affects it. I think maybe the ammo will like impact jamming and stuff, but I haven't seen it, so I think you're good either way.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Alright.
John.
I have no inventory space to dispatch said sheep though.
Okay.
So if you got inventory space, I got a knife. Not a great one, but a knife at least. Or we can just get out of here during nighttime.
Yeah, I am going to end up parting ways with you here, so me taking the sheep won't benefit you, unfortunately. There we go. Unknown has already got us to yellow there.
Okay. I do appreciate your generosity.
Yeah, man. Likewise. Yeah, you could have CZ'd me for sure. So I appreciate you not doing so. But hopefully that sporter is better use to you than it was for me. It did kill a fox for me, but that's about it.
Of course.
All right, John. Good to meet you, bud.
Chase you. Which where are you going?
Oh, I'm not worried.
Probably gonna be going.
Yeah, if you chase me, it's not a big deal, man. It's all good. But
Okay.
like northwestish, probably. Let's get back into this house and get our goods out.
Get around, Phil.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. John's a good dude, though. That probably would have been a good, like, you know, let's do a team up for our first time on stream here. But it's all good. There will be other opportunities. Okay, we're definitely not cooking here just because of whatever's happening. Does that have a battery? Does not. I think that was all we cared about. Bolts. Didn't even see a box of ammo. What's happening around here? Oh, I forgot completely about the frying pan. Let's rearrange some stuff here. I really hope that's John. Or zombie. That would be acceptable too. John or zombie? I don't care about the feathers. We could have bolts and we didn't take bolts. So. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh! We'll bring her with us. Maybe? Oh, I was about to, did she even come with us? Oh, good. Don't forget you have a weapon. Okay. No plus. Let's go. I'm pretty sure that's on us. Yeah. Let's get out of the viewpoints here. I'm pretty sure I'm running south right now. Sheep to the right. I think so. So we're going to be going this way, but let's take care of our screaming friend first. Or miss completely. Yeah, John was a cool dude. John, I wouldn't say we were more experienced than John per se. He just said that he doesn't play vanilla, which, I mean, realistically, I don't much either. When he's like, oh, what does damage on ammunition do? I'm like, I think this is what it does. I clicked the button before I remembered if I washed my hands off. Yeah, I don't know what was going on in Pusta there. There were some very strange happenings. We got that. This has more uses. Yeah, multiple houses. Well, I do need to clean that gamma upgrade for you guys a little bit. That looks like garbage. At least you can see quite a bit better than what I'm looking at, but that's something I'll have to work on. Yeah, I don't know. It's multiple houses with an attempt to start a fire with some food and stuff like kind of around. It's very weird. Very weird indeed. If I'm going downhill, I think I've corrected course. I need to get to hunting stuff. And Prigorodki, like one of the starter towns, is down that way. So I really need to watch my back for new folks coming in as well. Where can we head to? Oh man, Stroitel, that's pretty popular. We'll head that way. We need 308. Gloves, 308, compass. That type of stuff would be big next. Finding a gun would have been my priority right now, except for the fact that, you know, this blaze was generously donated by some folks that didn't remember to go get their stuff. I really should have filled the water bottle too. But again, given the strange nature of whatever was going on in that town there, I think we're better off just kind of pushing on, especially since we're still good on water. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the 6 signal, and every time that goes away, you can munch down some more unknown food without risk. I've said that before, and then I've like looked away from the symbol and it's popped up, and I've kept eating and then immediately barfed while I was saying that. Good timing, good timing. This isn't that dark of a night, so where I've got gamma turned up for you guys, but well, here, I'll show you. That's what I'm seeing. So it's really not that bad. So I almost need like 2 levels of turning gamma up for you, so it doesn't just look washed out and terrible like it does. I am going to leave it washed out and terrible though, just so if there is any little nonsense things that pops up, you guys will be able to see it. Truth be told, John frightened me. It just all of a sudden a human appeared in the doorway, and I was like, oh, I am not prepared. So he definitely would have had the drop on me, and that shows some proof of concept, if you will, of previous conversation of me not having my gun out. That's alright. It's a good interaction. I don't even know which way John went. I think he was just kind of heading north as well, but best of luck to you, John. I'm going to retract my previous statement about toasted coconut and almond bark. When it's like slightly warm, it's not that great, and then it gets like almost room temperature to cold, and then it's good again. I'm trying to think of another food that's varying temperatures. Not just like after this it's bad, but like it'll come back to you again. That's the old strange concoction. Thanks, Bigelow T. Now what I should do is kind of verify where on Earth we are going. I'm pretty sure this is west, though. Maybe a little too far south also. What do we got down here? That should be all the way down to the little pond with the dam in it. So yeah, I think I'm going a little too far south. Let's pop over this way. I'm even more confident in cutting across nonsense when it's dark out like this, but we'll see. Other than Spawn Town shots and John, I hadn't really heard any other signs of life. There were like, I don't want to say 45-ish people out of 60, somewhere along there. And the server that's better connection for me was like, I don't know, 28, so I didn't want nobody on it. It kind of defeats the purpose. But it's been pretty good, actually, connection-wise, so hopefully that holds up. Okay. So that farmhouse is the one northwest of Pusta. Kind of want to check it. It's kind of the only thing. That road is unexpected though. I think I was going the right way. Either that or this is a different farmhouse, but I think I was going the right way. The farmhouse is on the left side of the road. Base building goods. See, I'm so inexperienced with base build. I've never done it. I have no intention to do it. Maybe I'll do it someday. Just because I'm so like, I'm not going to do it. That'll probably lead me to do it someday. If I am where I think I am, there'll be a hunting stand right here. Somewhere up here in these trees. But when I see base building stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, base building stuff. Sheet metal. What else? Planks, obviously. Nails. Yeah, there's the hunting stand. Someday I'll do it. I'm not anywhere near that level though. We need to get where, you know, I'm winning more than 50% of my fights, which I don't even know if my if that's where I'm at. Ooh, okay. We are sharing ammo. So actually I think what I'm gonna do, not that a sport point is great, but I think I'd rather take the shot. There we go. Frying pan's full, so it's not hiding in the frying pan. If you have a frying pan, it doesn't seem to happen as often with a cooking pot, but if you have a frying pan in your inventory and you're taking bullets out of stuff and you can't find the bullets, check the pan. I don't know why that's a thing. dayz is why, I guess. Okay, so that farmhouse is that way. Somewhere there. And there's a road that follows it. We just came down when we ran across the field there. So rather than run down the street, we're just kind of handrailing that road. And it's always good to have kind of a safety net, like a backstop on what you're handrailing. So there is a green trail that way, and it's not so great in the dark. But if you were to run into either one of those, you know that you've gone too far right, you hit the road, you've gone too far left, so on and so forth. But again, unless you have a ridiculous amount of time on the map and hours to remember that kind of stuff, that's where our survive comes in handy. But there's our road that we're handrailing. I think I've already passed this feed stand potentially. That's okay. Things like the trails are obviously a lot easier to spot when it's daytime, but what are you going to do? It is currently not. Yeah, I think at least you can see pretty well detailed. I need to, like I said, I need to play a little bit with that gamma correction setting that I have on for you guys to see if I can get that a little cleaner. Like if it's a brighter night, you know, I won't make it look quite so washed out. And then for the darker nights, it'll be more like this will probably help it, but okay, I think we've blown past that feed stand. So I think I've actually gone too far north. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. Starting to get something in sight there. And if this is what I think it is, then we're going way too far left, because this will be Prigorodki. That's exactly what that is? Yeah. Yeah, that is. Okay. That's why we didn't find the feed stand. We went way too far left. We need to kind of go up a couple ridge lines here, and Mogilevka is the next one. I saw the pond that I kind of pointed out, and I said, down there's the pond, and I really should have just gone towards that. Is it a different pond? Had to have been. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, we're going this way. As long as you don't, like, kind of peek on top of the hills, we'll kind of have an idea of where we are, and it all ends up in kind of a ridge with Mogilevka up it. I do need to cook eventually. when it goes daytime, we can do a fire in one of the pines. Kind of show how that works out. It's okay at night, but unless you have like a really thick grouping of them to hide the light, that's the problem at night, and obviously smoke during the day. But regardless of time of day, smoke is always an easy thing to hide. I had said as long as we don't peek the top, and we've peeked the top, so I think a little bit further right is kind of what we need. Let's see if we can see anything else. See like a clearing as I run into a tree and go nowhere. Let's go over here and peek just to see a better sight line. There's a trail. Downhill to my left. Actually, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at here. Probably should have taken the handgun scope just so I could see things a little better. The only thing that makes sense to me, I can't see well enough because of the light. Where power lines would be. I'm really hesitant to go that way though, because I feel like that there is the big mountain that's like east of Prigorodki. Yeah. Let's actually just take like a super hard right. See if we can run across the road that we were... I don't remember crossing it. Okay, this is helpful though. Picnic bench. The covered ones are always good for checking for goods. Does this have a map? No. We can get a Mogilevka, which looks like Mornebka. This way, green trail. Okay. Oh, I think I see where we are. Advises new players not to run down trail. Proceeds to run down trails. I can't see barely anything though, so it's not, well, like I said, it's not that bad. I can see, but there could be a dude in the bush next to me, and it would probably take, well, for me, longer than normal anyway. Let's see if we get any light peeking. I think it's getting lighter for sure. I think nighttime is coming to an end. Did we do another heat pack? Not that we necessarily need it yet, but... yeah, I think this will smack into like a regular dirt road. And then when that takes a left, I thought we were further west than that, but at least we're not as far south as I thought. That would have been a bit of a bummer. Yeah, okay. So here's the dirt road. There should be like a, yeah, wagon, trailer. Across the street, there it is. That's the best thing, I think, with I Survive, is to like reacquire your bearings. Now there should be a feed stand in there, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. Let's jump off-road. There's the potential for a crash here. Server restart 90 minutes. We'll be gone before then, so no worries. Yeah, we'll do about 60 more minutes and see how well we do. Yeah, right here there could be the potential for a crash. I think that's not military, is it? Let me get the old icon to tell me. Oh, okay, it's just one of the military trucks. But if we head this way, which is now almost directly west, we'll be running into a hunting stand, kind of just inside the trees here. 308, and then we'll evaluate how either the hunting area or Mogilevka looks, because yellow food is time to start figuring it out, and we've got enough But since we have a frying pan and not a cooking pot, we have to get into a house and use you know, a fireplace or a stove to cook up the meat in the frying pan. So it is a consideration. Not too big of a deal. The leaves on that for me just like are super lit up. I don't know if the same for you. Probably not, because you're a little bit washed out with the gamma. But it looked like maybe there was a fire like close by to it. I think I've missed the hunting stand, which is funny to me, since it was probably right next to me. But what do we got here? That should be the southeast side of Mogilevka, because it opens up all the way up to it there. Yeah, that's what that is there. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, that means the hunting stand should be all right here. I think this is the second one of these that I've done. Maybe I've done 4, maybe 5 tops of kind of like the fresh start on vanilla. I keep coming back to do them mainly just because I always have fun kind of seeing how the starts are on vanilla, but I don't really get far enough to kind of experience what actually getting, you know, decent equipment is like. But that aside, this is the second one where I've stumbled across stuff. Like, the blaze was a crazy find. I should probably just book it across this field while it's... I would like to hit those cars and the houses that are at the entrance up there. Yeah, we'll just pop across here, so if there's some tree folk, we'll be somewhat more protected. I mean, we're out in the open. It's not really... we're not really hiding from anything. I don't remember what... I'd have to go back and look. There was one of them, though, that the same kind of situation. I just, like, randomly stumbled across... I don't think it was even as good of a blaze. Maybe it was. But, you know, people are just ditching stuff, I guess. Who knows? Okay, this is probably the riskiest bit. And there are people in town. We're in a little less than an hour into stream. I'm not, like, super in a good way. I'm gonna lean forward like an old man and stare at my screen here to see if I can see. But I'm kind of tempted to go see what I can do with 3 blaze shots. There's red food. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So, let me jump in this tree. That's not a very good spot. But, we have this frying pan full of food, right? If you watch this, you probably know what to do with this. So I don't need to tell you, oh, we were yellow food, we're going to start looking for food, for food. Now we're red food, so we have to go cook, blah, 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 blah. Instead, let's go see if we can cause some shenanigans. Is it 2 shots? It really sounded like that way-ish. The problem is, if I don't do this sloppy and actually try and go, like, you know, stumble upon them, I probably won't find them until well after, if at all, until well after the red food is a big issue. Now I'm second guessing my thoughts here. It is starting to lighten up a little bit, so when it gets a little lighter, I'll turn that gamma filter off so you guys aren't blinded. Okay, the zombie there, he doesn't care, so he's obviously too far away. I don't think it was as far as a tree line. That zombie there doesn't care either. Maybe it was a little further away. The other part of me kind of wants to just, like, get into a house and cook. You know, even this one here is, like, the most obvious one to use. What is that? Is that a dead zombie? That's got to be a dead zombie. Or a dead animal, maybe? I don't know. It's definitely not light enough, and this is not good enough magnification to actually peek out there. Yeah, sitting in this bush is not providing either food or excitement, so the time has come to choose. And one is speaking and the other one isn't. So unfortunately we're going to do boring stuff and go cook. Where did that zombie go, or whatever you thought it was? Wasn't it right there? Yeah, I swear it was over those trees. Maybe it was a dead zombie and despawned. Let's see where other zombie friends are. I think we're just close enough for zombies like at this house, but this is... yeah, that's probably only 200 meters as well. Yeah, he's still there. Alright. Not that I'm not patient for things like that, but when we're talking about being done in an hour, let's not prolong that to the point of boredom. I don't think that's enough space for firewood. Where did my firewood tree go? One is more than enough since... oh, no. Yeah, you can't do that either. You can hold it, but I've got another shoulder space, so I'll just get a long stick. Nope. Nope. I think... did we get matches? No. Okay. So we're grabbing some bark so we can do a fire starter, and then a bark for the kindling as well. Tinder? Maybe it's tinder? Oh, give me a skinny bush. Now, of course, when I've decided to not take the fight, or, you know, attempt to go find the fight, I guess it's not taking it, it's not my fight to have, that's when they stop making noise. Oh, this is going to be so obvious. If these dudes are anywhere near town, or if those shots brought anybody else, this house is the worst house to pick. But kind of along the same line as me saying, you know, whatever, let's take the fight. I am going to switch to double. Oh, no. No, no, no. I don't want to, but I'm going to. Scary house with the door closed. Another door closed. Okay. Now, clearing this doesn't matter. It's going to be very obvious with these windows. Oh, peacoat's pretty big. With a battery? The color is terrible, but she's warm. Alright, for the time being, we're going to close that. We need to break the stick. You can use your cutty tool for this, but I usually don't unless you need it like in a hurry if you're making a splint or something crazy. But, you know, that just damages it, so no need if you don't have to. Don't want a fireplace, you want a hand drill kit. The frying pan is really what's going to save us here a little bit, if we don't get murdered anyway. No promises that we won't. But having that means we can close... we do have this other steak. I have this food. The best tip, check your inventory before you commit to go and lighting a fire in a house where there's a fight going on nearby. But we can close... no, we can't with the pan in there. That's right. Okay. So the best we can do is cover the windows. But since that window is open, I'd almost rather not be here. And if you're on the stairs, you can still get the heat buff, and we're not visible unless, you know, this was downhill, so we're clear here. I have to find that spot for the heat as well. It takes a minute for it to get hot also. I forgot about not being able to close it with the pan on it. That's okay. It's relatively quick. There's cooking sound, phase 1, if you will. I'm red food and my health is decreasing, but until I'm chunked, I'm not going to eat my dog food because I don't want to waste the canned goods. That's not necessarily the best move, but see there, you can see the pluses is coming up on my temperature now, so we're gaining the buff. And then we'll just run our booty down there and grab that pan off and get out of here. I know I've got the 1 steak, but we have pressed our luck a little bit already. Yeah, that there was not really any hiding that. Actually, it'd be pretty smart if we could watch the front door here. But this is probably where somebody would set up to watch the front door, so we don't have that much in the way of food anyway, so I probably could have popped that steak in there. But like I said, that's the first house into town, and there were shots out that way. So not a great house to pick. This isn't either. You can see from the hill here. Okay, that was the zombie. I did hesitate there a little bit. We'll keep ears out for him for sure. Be our little guard dog. So we're at Mogilevka, or at least like the way to it. The shots were to the north, so I think we're okay after we eat a little bit here to continue to Stroitel. Keep just trying to keep ears out for anybody else running around out there. The hunting camp, because ideally we'd get some 308. A box of 308 and some gloves, potentially some pants. And we'll be in pretty decent shape right now. As long as we don't get murdered in the house here. I'm gonna click off your guys' gamma increase. It's fairly visible. It's not too bad. Go with the somewhat real dayz experience there. Yeah, okay. It's kind of bad, but I won't be in the house for very long here. Just enough to make some noise. I really shouldn't have put these all out, but that's okay. We'll eat the chicken. It's pretty garbage calories, but free up the space, stop the health from going down. Oops. That kind of does look pretty bad. I'm gonna keep you guys whited out a little bit. I do apologize for the white out there that it causes, but I'm looking at at least the YouTube feed, and it's a little too dark still. So we'll click that on and let that go until it gets a little brighter outside. We're gonna go through. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat all the food if I can, at least until we get the plus. Bottle's not doing us any good at the time being, so we'll throw that in the pan. There we go, yellow food. It won't be too long before we'll need to stop and take care of food again. Chicken and chicken especially, but also fox, especially. That's only like I didn't quite see the number there, but like a 70% steak. So we'll munch those down though. Let's throw some other stuff we don't need yet. And we'll almost certainly forget about is in this frying pan. We've got the dog food if need be. Yeah, it is lightening up a little bit, so in not too long we'll turn the washout filter there off. For my preview of what you guys are seeing, it's not quite as bad as what it's coming out there, so once again I apologize about the visuals. At least it's better than what I used to show at nighttime. It was just like, here's black screen, hope you like it. Oh, yeah, I knew you were gonna. Let's fight a zombie out in the open, after all the conversations we've had about what a bad position we're in. Alright, we'll go back to single. We got the runner behind us, but we'll get into the trees before we deal with him. It always cracks me up to think about the guy in the booth for the sound effects. You know, obviously that's not just like straight up somebody's voice recording. Maybe it is, I don't know, obviously. But I feel like you just kind of have somebody do some guttural noises and then put some effects on it. It's at least more fun to think about a guy in a booth doing it. Okay, I was gonna say I'm expecting power lines here and I wouldn't have seen them unless they cut the horizon there. That's strange. That's a weird spot. Maybe pistol. Cause it's like Prigorodki, Dubovos down there. If you go, maybe it's the military. That makes more sense. There's like the 3 tents, kind of like on the west side of Prigorodki there. No surprise, just about every time I go in there, it's all looted out because it's right in that spawn area. Good and bad. You take your chance in there just to go see, but that's when you get, you know, cleavered. Okay. Stroitel. It's a good looking sky. What better time to get murdered? I see nothing. Oh, zombie at the clinic. Okay. Zombie to the right also. Non-aggroed zombie at the clinic. I would almost think those weren't there. I was doing my lean forward old man squinting to see them and caught them. If Red hadn't moved, I probably wouldn't have seen them, but like, man, I swear those weren't there a second ago. Eventually, we'll be thinking about getting this water bottle filled up. Not too worried about it right now, especially with having the dog food. Was he aggroed? No. Close enough if somebody had been running around, especially the paramedic and the Red there. If somebody was in the clinic, that would have latched onto him for sure. Oh, well, I kind of tucked myself into the corner on that one. I said eventually I want to think about, I've got space for him, so I'll take him to water. And here's water, so don't make a liar of yourself. We'll clear first, though. That way, in case we need to get out of here, we can do so. I'll take your matches. Also makes me think no one's been. I know, gurgly. This is not house low. We need to find room for that. I would recommend looting these, but I think this is like right outside. Oh, hello. Don't really want to stealth kill you in the middle here. see what clothes are around. I think the most times, sweater. I'll keep my ridiculous red, blazing red. The most times I've been killed, you know, when people are like, oh, what did I get killed by? And I walked out of here. It's always been coming out of the hunting cabins. It's pretty easy to kind of just get in front of it enough. And the heat packs, there's a million of them. I might as well crack one. Crack the good condition one instead of the one that's almost ruined. That's smart. That's a good move. Alright, let's get into the medical. With nothing in your hands, that's a good way to do that. What's the worst that could happen? Again, I don't think I'm concerned about this with red being outside. But we might as well close ourselves in. Okay. Not that charcoal tablets are... I would grab an NBC. If we were planning on doing, like, more than just a life, well, obviously somebody's been. I think somebody's been with time for a respawn. Because I don't think you'd keep morphine on the shelf there. At least I don't. Not that, you know, I'm going to die before I get a chance to use it, but that's not the point. These are garbage. However, it's better than my no gloves, so since I have neglected to cut up anything. I'm also doing this very oddly, like crouched down. I mean, I know I've got the zombie outside, so I'm not going to sprint in here or anything, but okay. That's storytell. Now, I do have the water that I can go top off. I'm quite wary of it. Red's out front now. I'm not even going to drink it. We'll just get it filled and then let go of mouse at the inopportune time. And start heading up to, you know, the dangerous places, if you will. I might pick up a zombie on the way out here. I kind of want to go, like, hard right here also. Yeah, we're going up to the top of that other hill there. And check the hunting sand. The 308 is a bummer. For sure. 3 shots in a blaze for me is like... I don't know. It might as well be one. Nah, we'll be alright. Okay. Bright enough. Turn your game filter off. Looks like a super low resolution, like, indie game. There we go. Beautiful pink sky dayz. I swear I just heard like a zombie grunt to my left. It really freaked me out. Alright, there's Ozerko to our right, down the hill. Hunting sand at the top here with what looks like maybe a little shed or something. Pop into there, cross our fingers for 308, and then we'll head over to Nadiz. I would like to get into a fight before the night is over. Not that I intend to kind of like stretch or make one occur, because, you know, you start shooting zombies with your secondary, which we still do not have. Or some such thing. You know, you can influence that a little better than we intend to. I'm not going to do anything crazy like that. Last 2 weeks ago, last one of these I did, there was just nobody anywhere near, so I just started like pump shotgunning zombies just to inspire some interaction. The only interaction we did have, I do think I'm going to trade for this sweater. I don't like this. That's pretty big though. I'm less of a fan too that it's damaged, but... Oh, it's garbage. No, I can't do it. I can't bring myself to that. We have room for this now? 3 slots with some up there. Yeah, we can make it happen. Nope. There we go. Give me that bacon. Yeah, I just started shooting into the air and buckshotting people. I should have drank at the well. That's okay. There will be more. I don't even think that's one where the door opens, is it? I don't know. I think it is. It is. That 2 weeks ago is when I still have a clip to put together for that. This dude combat logged. Like, I don't... Where were we? We were up northeast somewhere, because I think I had a Berezino spawn. And I got like a couple shots off on this dude. What's my condition? My condition's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, it's alright. With a pistol, and I'm chasing him, because I still had shots, but he was far enough away, and I'm not a good enough shot to take the chance. My own footsteps are giving me the look-arounds, if you will. He's running away, and I'm shooting him, and I'm like, alright, I'll just go, like, you know, just chase him, because he's going to run out of stamina. He had more stuff loaded. He wasn't geared. Dude runs behind a rock, and, like, when I finally get eyes on him, and I headshot him, but he was already in the process of, like, the end of logging out. I was like, really? Your army duffel bag is too precious for you? But it's official. There's no rules. Combat log all you want. Yeah, the one before that one, 3 weeks ago, had a duo. A good opportunity for showing a quick little fight. I just shot the dude from a distance, and then his teammate was hiding in a building with a shotgun and blasted me. So, not that that was that exciting to show, but it was something. What I'd like to start doing, instead of the fresh spawn videos, let's just chug this down. Starting to rain? Yeah. Rather than just doing these, which, like I said, the reason I keep doing it is because I just kind of having fun seeing what Official's all about. The very beginning, like, skim the surface up front of Official. But I'd like to do more of, like, the adventure maps. Now, the only thing with that is the servers I prefer to play at this time of night when I stream are usually pretty quiet, like, I don't know, 15-20% of total pop, which isn't a bad thing for doing like the quest lines for stuff, but I don't know. I like to do it to kind of just chill out when I'm by myself. What do we have here? We have a log. You're looking into things too much. You know, but as far as streaming, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll still do it. Because I'm playing it anyway, so, and it's kind of unscheduled. We'll see. I did have a start on Deer Isle unintentionally because the server updated its stuff. I wasn't doing that great though, so it's not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to loot this town like normal. I do want to scope it for just 1 second, especially because we're coming in so close to the PD. Zombie there. That's probably mine, or almost guaranteed to be mine. I'm half tempted to just, like, go PD and north. There's one there as well. Only thing, there's one right in front of me. Only thing I care to really get from a PD right now is a Glock. I've got a mag. I think like 13 rounds. Does he have a stab vest? He does. Let's go get that. I don't think we're going to be able to get this silently, but if we can, that'd be nice. Just playing on a little bit of throwing hands. I can only hear Elmer Fudd in my head. Just turn around right there. Don't come closer. I'm waiting for the... Whoop. Yeah, do a 180. Okay, that might work too. Oh, don't turn this way. Nothing to see here. Oh crap, he's coming right at me. You mentioned just walking around like in your backyard. Of course I got cut. And a dude just jumps out of a tree and punches you in the face. Give me your shirt. Why? Why did that guy come up here? Okay, good. This is absolutely where we're gonna die. I don't know where he went, but I need him back in the tree. Come here. Too early. Too early. Well, if someone's here, they probably know about us. It's a garbage stab vest also, but that's okay. Alright, we got the farmer over there. I heard another one relatively close. Is that there? No. To the left. There he is. Ooh, that's not what we wanted. Okay. We're going in. Oh! This is when somebody's holding the stairs and he's like, somebody's here! He brought a zombie. He's fighting a zombie like an idiot. Okay. Alright, this isn't indicative that nobody's here, but I do like not. Or seeing that, rather. No, nobody's here. That's pretty big. 3 shells. I don't care what they are, because I've got a long range, so usually I'd unload them and check. I don't want a rack, even though I do have ammo for it now. This PD being up for grabs kind of surprises me. I'm gonna run around with the door open too, like a dummy. Yeah, if I didn't have a ranged weapon, I would unload all the shells. Also, super smart if you leave the loot on the bottom, because then people like me just get complacent and come right up the stairs. Unload the shells and see if I've got green or reds, you know, buck, or I don't care about the rack mag, or slugs. No battery. That's how I could have talked to my buddy John. Okay. Okay. I would say a successful run. We've got a worn, mine's pristine. No shells. We'll leave it. We'll be neighborly. This is dumb, but I'm gonna do it. I'm pretty sure we saw nothing from up the hill. Oh, somebody's in here. Hello?
Hey.
What's up, man? Are you coming to shoot?
No English. No English.
Oh yeah, what do you speak? ¿Hablas español? Nihongo hanashimasu ka?
Brazilian. Brazilian.
Oh, Portuguese.
Yes, yes.
No say. Are you here
No
to...
eating.
Are you here to fight?
No eating. No eating.
I don't know what he's saying. We have a language barrier. I missed anyway. Why aren't you swinging? Why aren't you swinging? I missed. He's got this. Good stuff, man. Oh, man. I would love to hear the keyboard clicking of just like F, 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 F. So, practice your close range shotgun fighting. He hasn't killed me yet, though, which is kind of weird. I would have taken the blaze off me by now and blasted me. Those dudes are not lucking out. It's not like I have a ton of stuff, but I'm pretty sure I've got more than they do. I've also been unconscious forever. I could hear the other footsteps of his homeboy running up though, so regardless, this is not going to end well for us. We've got just enough time though. We'll do another start. Got me good, man. Yeah. He didn't take my blaze, so that was going to be what I was going to do, is stand up and take that out. Ah, the infamous screen. Yeah, we'll do one more start. We're going to kind of do... We don't have enough time to do anything significant. Not that that was significant, but... Okay, it's still relatively visible. It's me going down to dude with his fists. See, so it goes to show you. Try it out. You never know. You might succeed. We're in the exact same spot. That is the well that I had got just outside of Electro on Last Life. So there's really no point in trying this out. Let's find us a zombie. Oh man, I forgot about the new thing. The old 4-minute or 6-minute or whatever it is. So you can't even like respawn to try again. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's another better thing about, honestly, about community servers. Whether you didn't like your spawn or whatever the case, you can immediately get, you know, a new one. You know what I can take this opportunity to do, though, is we'll just, we'll kind of do a walkthrough on Electro a little bit. Not that that's exciting either, but... Yeah, so if I'm coming southeast... We've got a couple guard shacks down there. There's the PD. We'll just go right over to the PD. You know somebody's going to be in there causing a ruckus. We'll just be spawn town trouble seeking to wrap up the evening. So I think my biggest mistake was probably after I shot him and missed. One, I didn't have that many shells, right? So being slightly more strategic, like I could have even waited for him to run at me before I swung at him. Not to guarantee it shot, because that wouldn't have been the case anyway. But I definitely shouldn't have chased after him, because then he was like, you know, he had to try it, right? Let's go fight some zombies. Draw some more attention. And you might just have a potato. Yeah, those encounters always make me interested because, like, did he have shotgun shells? Because if he didn't, then his homie was probably going to finish the job anyway, because as you can see, I was not prepared to handle that encounter. But you never know. If you give me enough shotgun shells, eventually I'm going to hit it, right? Maybe? Okay. So we got the railroad tracks. Pub on the left. Let's go behind pub to the main road. Zombie on the roof. Probably have been some folks around, which makes sense if people are respawning. You know, they're respawning in this town. Oh, backpack though. My frames are taking a large hit. This is, I think that's more my rig than it is the connection, but this is the kind of stuttery stuff that I had been seeing on this area of servers. But like I said, this one is more populated, which is kind of funny because this is in a later time zone than where I am even. This looked like a player. That looks like a player too. That is a player. Right? Oh, it's a zombie. Super strange. Like the same t-shirt. Like some Project Zomboid stuff where they've died and respawned as zombies. Quiet down up there, you. What? You just heard me from across the way? Wanted to come say hi? Okay. Let's do some locking in. Go stay with your other friend. I really need you guys to hurry up. Thank you. Oh, don't get me caught in the corner. A lot of angry folk around these parts. Okay. Back on track. So it'll be the fire station up here on the left. There it is. Got some NPC zombies. Never know when you need a good broom. Yeah, now I'm kind of questioning, is it the connection this time? Because sure, I'm in the middle of the city, but I can be in the middle of the city on countless other servers and not have it be quite so stuttery, so who knows? Who knows? It is getting time for a new computer, though. I've been putting it off for a touch too long. Yeah, if we got fire station, there's another water up that way, just past NBC zombie, and then we can head on to the PD. Tracksuit jacket. Christmas lights, Christmas lights. What do we got? Hoodie? Yes, please. Usually I'd take that on a long run, just like this. That's kind of lucky. That looked like a drop though in the mask in the corner there. My low hours show, or my relative low hours I should say, show when there are things that I haven't done. I've not been in a static gas zone on Cherno. I don't think there's going to be anything in here. Is that... what is that? Another hoodie. You got a battery? No. Here I'm tabulating when I could have looked at it. That's right. If we get killed now, we're not really concerned. They're getting themselves a school backpack and a hoodie. The other thing I'd be curious with our Brazilian friend, what did I say to prompt him to say no English? I think I had said hello. Maybe I said it, are you here to fight? Or something along those lines when he said that. That's just funny though. If you're a non-native or English isn't your first language, that's an effective go-to. No English. Because for a moment, there is this time of confusion when you're like, are we going to get into a fight because he doesn't understand that I don't mean to shoot him? Although in a PD in that town, it was pretty inevitable anyway. But you never know. Maybe it was John, you know? Maybe John was coming in. But dude had to know I was there and didn't start anything, so it really should have been, that's probably garbage. It looks like a bottle. I really should have just stayed quiet and then attempted the ambush that clearly went so well without the element of surprise. That was it. If he didn't know I was there, then I would have won. Okay, at least we got some good pants. We were rolling with the stupid, oops, that's drop. The stupid starter shorts the whole last life there. I did achieve what I was looking for though. I was going in to the PD there. Look at this. For a secondary. And that is what we would have acquired had we have escaped without getting hands thrown. There's a paint splatter. Good job, dayz player. There's loot over there on that paint tarp. Man, it's super stuttery. These are always a good peek. Not the best color, but more storage. That'd be better if I didn't have the hoodie. And this is always like that. You know, once upon a time I found one thing up here, so now I never don't check. The same superstitions that I'm like, hey, avoid that stuff. We're going to take the gas can for now. I don't foresee in the next 15 to 20 or so us getting a full cooking setup. But stranger things have happened. Okay. So past the fire department. Curve in the road we've already done. That's that way. So the water is just behind these buildings here. We will water up at risk of death. And then we'll just kind of go down to the PD, and there's one mill tent up the street a little bit. Make our way up there. It's funny how, as I'm talking about, don't do superstitions and, you know, play each life like it's a new life and don't worry about like what you've run into before and stuff like that. But I see train tracks on here and it immediately makes me think of Livonia, and I'm like, the best loot on Livonia is on the train tracks. And maybe there is some truth to that, and I'm just not experienced enough to be able to say yes or no on it. But it's funny because I just saw the train tracks on the I Survive map here, and I'm like, I really wish the train tracks were as good as they are on Livy. Maybe. I haven't decided what I'll do with saturDayZ going forward yet. I'll probably start one adventure map or the other. Maybe Namalsk. Namalsk always seems like it's always busy. There's always something going on it. I'll just have to queue up before stream starts. But probably Namalsk. But anyway, either adventure maps or a fresh start, but I'll do fresh starts on the other maps. You know, we still have Livy that I've never streamed, and I'm even more unfamiliar with Livy than I am with Cherno. I do really enjoy Sakal, so that is one it's been a while, but I was relatively familiar with it as far as, you know, a sub 500 hour player goes. Trail shoes, not as good shape. Yeah, I almost feel like dead zombie there, so somebody is around. Lots of dead zombies. You don't want their hat? Their sweet hat? Oh, dead player. Another sweet hat. I can't imagine. I left a bottle. Where's that dead player? Upstairs, must be. Hello? They're gonna get broomed. Let's go for a brooming. I swear I heard footsteps. They sure brought a lot of zombies in here. That seems unnecessary. Oh. Oh, ruined. Okay, that makes more sense. You have a knife, though. There they are. I think they were upstairs. Upstairs. Hello? See him on stairs there, I think. Nope. Just weird shadows. It sounds like there's certainly more than one dead body, though. Let's go all the way upstairs. Oh, it's lagging so bad. What a terrible time for that to happen. Okay, this guy is dead, and the game doesn't know it. So that's why... that's why the steps... That's crazy. What exactly took place up here? Man, these dudes, like, stripped off everything. Who doesn't take an electrical repair kit? What's going on here? Alright, that's just a dead guy walking. Is this a... I thought so. I'm like, no way there's a Mosin out here. That's why my connection is having such a conniption. Too many fleas. Okay. Let's take our currently useless Mosin. I assume, yeah. What? I just don't... Ooh. That was close. Good end to the stream. We're gonna broom this guy to death. He's definitely on that side of the... Yeah, there he is. Wonder if that'll be enough light... Unless he opens the door behind me. That'll be enough light to see him come through the door. He's still to my right. Changing guns. I want to run out there, but I don't want to waste my stamina. Need the most effective broom hits possible. My broom is probably actually sticking out along the corner here. This door is my biggest concern. Yeah, plus I can't hear steps over the rain. Let's run across the street and away. It's so funny, you can hear all the dead bodies through the walls here. So I need to go up the street, kind of where he shot from, for the mill tent. There's a 0% chance that there's stuff here. Yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like he was using the pistol, maybe? I don't know. He might have been upstairs, too. All that does is, like, make sure he gets a headshot in. The tense broom versus pistol moments. We are creeping on scheduled ending time anyway, so let's go find our would-be assailant. I just saw a sweet hat on the counter there, the table rather. Let's make the most noise possible while searching for the young man. Not even 100% which way. Oh, he'd be No, we weren't on this side. We were down... Oh, that's not the PD. I'm mistaking that for the PD. Yeah, I'm not sure where he was. I do wonder, though, if he was upstairs in one of these buildings. Just, like, looking out the window. I kind of want to just run back to where we were. Hope he misses the shot. It's not the best plan. Oh, okay. No gun, no ammo. I think he was walking down that alley when he shot. There's dead things up here. I don't understand why they're like they must have been shooting a lot. That's the only thing I can think of. There's just so many zombies that have followed them into buildings. Let's ditch the broom. The broom would be funny. But at least we can cause mild inconveniences with a knife. He must have shot me. Hello!
What you doing?
Running away from your shooty shoots.
Ain't nobody shot.
I don't know, Grandpa. I think you did. ain't nobody shot.
You got your team with you?
There is 0 team. There's me and my steak knife. Does that have a...
Come on with it.
You want some of this steak knife?
Come on with it.
Okay, can we square off like gentlemen before we do this?
Come on with it.
All right, here I come. Oh man, hey man, you're gonna win this fight, but I'm already having a good time. So thank you. I'm coming outside with my steak knife in hand.
No, Howley, you ain't winning this battle.
No, I know I'm not. I know I'm not. No cheap shots now. No shooting. We're steak knifing. Where is
I
he?
don't know about that, but go on with it.
All right, all right.
Do what you do, Howley.
But you've locked the door.
Now you're gonna die.
Well, I know that. We've come to that. I do have presents for you when you kill me, though. You'll be hopefully pleasantly surprised.
No presents. You don't.
I do.
What do you got for me?
I got a.
Maybe we can be friendly.
I'm about to be done anyway, man. So it only is fitting that you end this appropriately. But like I said,
You're gonna be done.
let me drop this steak knife at your door, and we'll do this like gentlemen. Steak knife at the back door.
What are we doing?
We're steak knifing. No guns. I have 2 guns with no ammo.
Listen, fella, I'm red flashing up here. I just got shot up.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Nah, I'm letting you know now. I'm hurt.
You didn't take a little pop shot at me as I crossed in front of the street here? That wasn't you, huh?
Hell no. I ain't shot nobody, fella. I had a wolf, but it was a 1-on-3.
All right, I'm breaking the castle door down.
I killed. No, don't do it.
I'm
Don't
breaking
do it,
in.
I'm gonna kill you.
Here I come.
I'm gonna kill you.
Well, you're gonna kill me anyway.
Okay, I'm killing you. Okay, I'm killing you. You're done.
Okay.
Okay.
Door's open. You're getting cut. Oh my god, I can't even get in the door. Oh man, that guy's awesome. Go on with it. That's probably well, I mean, my favorite interaction of the night. Of course, that's better than the Brazilian beating me up for a shotgun. Oh, fantastic. So, we're going to change up in general the fresh spawn streams. We'll start attempting to do a full life. I think I'll do official maybe 1 or 2 more times. See, like, that guy's a perfect example. He's in a spawn town. Probably just has a shotgun. He probably just runs over to PD and gears himself up. Goes into a spawn town, sets up shop, locks the doors. But at least he's having fun with it. That's what's good about it. Yeah, we'll see. I'll ponder on what we do next week. Maybe we'll do a fresh spawn, but then keep the life going as many sessions as we can. I don't necessarily want to stream without intent, but at the same time, if I'm gonna play it, you know, then I'll just stream it. But on saturDayZ, I like to have there to be some type of purpose, and not just me dying first to a punch in the face, and then second to to Grandpa with a shotgun. But that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Coming back on Friday with, got 2 more sessions or so for Quest for Glory on Back on My Day Friday. And I'll see you guys next Saturday for saturDayZ. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll do a fresh spawn on Vanilla and see how long we can get the life to last. And just kind of play the adventures as they come. But Grandpa, come on with it, is definitely going to be, I don't know, maybe not a short, but there'll be something. I'll do something with come on with it. That cracks me up. Thank you guys so much for coming in. If you happen to be watching at a later time, I'm elderb. Take care.